This is Archive of 12, and today we are going to be watching the North Pole Corporate Takeover, A Christmas Song by the Stupendium. Now, we reacted, what was it, about a week ago, to the Stupendium's prologue to this song, and I had questions, because thank you for everybody also who chimed in the comics and informed me of the I understood the two of the three character references. I did not put together that Blake Midwinter would be Bleak Midwinter, aka Bad Christmas. Did not put that together. So thank you very much. That's not a saying that I've ever heard, so I'm thinking that might be a UK thing, but I could be wrong. Maybe people back east use it too because they get a lot more snow than I do in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know. But yeah, it's not a saying that I was familiar with, so I didn't connect that dot. So thank you for filling me in on that. That short, that like 3.5 minute short, saw the North Pole Corporation kick Santa to the curb because he was giving elves pay raises daily. Like the reindeer now had personal spa treatments. It's like there was a lot of mismanagement going on Santa's part. And so Blake Midwinter and his associates have kicked Santa to the curb and have taken control of Christmas. I'm guessing that's what this song is about. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because we'll be pausing or we'll be talking about it. And also down there is a link to my Patreon where we react to a variety of different TV shows and anime, such as Gundam Requiem for Vengeance, Dr. Stone, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and soon Delicious in Dungeon, because that won a poll that I put up a couple weeks ago. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's get into the Christmas season here.
Previously on the North Pole.
To Santa, please for Christmas can everyone like and subscribe? Thank you.
Cute.
Some representatives of the board to see you.
You go over budget every single year. We expect your resignation within 12 days of Christmas.
You can't do this to me. Do you know how much I sacrifice?
Let's get to work.
All right, Blake, what do you have to say for yourself?
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's true. Joy and cheer is the virgin anomaly. Time grows near for a customary summary. And that's the time of our annual financial review. Just one look at the state of the company is plain to see we need a major reduction.
First of all, an eggnog water cooler sounds disgusting. That does not look healthy in any way, shape, or form. I don't care how much magic you pour into that thing to keep it from fermenting or spoiling. That's just no. I work at a grocery store, okay? I work in what is definitely, like, I would say lower tier corporate hell, because of the fact that I don't have to, my grocery store only sells food. It does not do anything when it comes to anything that could be gifted as presents, unless you want to count like minor things like motor oil or ant traps or whatever. But like, we don't do toys, we don't do electronics, we don't do any of that. It's just food. So for us, we just have to deal with people who are coming to shop for dinner. But it's still a lot of pressure. And I do work for a company that has other companies that they own that do deal with that, and I have friends that do work in those particular departments: apparel, electronics, toy section, automotive, whatever. And I hear their horror stories, and I am very thankful that I don't have to deal with that. But I hear their horror stories. I listen to it all the time. So this is going to be a little triggering for me at certain points, because I'm probably going to scream at Blake like I want to scream at my corporate execs.
You all want toys, but you're not going to pay for that. It's causing complications. Can't keep dropping joy across all the nations if we're running as a non-profit organization. Since this place commenced to claim that hence we'd make presents. The generations came and went. We played pretend and prayed for sense. The guy up top, red-faced and bent on plain sake, not paying rent. Refused to stop and take a pen to change that mission state of man, Q comes around and your kids get cuddled. Our accounts melt down as we risk Chernobyl. Get your eggnog mixed with economics, so we're fixing the Christmas business model. Is it not?
Freaking Schwabity. Okay, first of all, if what Blake is saying is true, then Santa needed some. I don't think a flat out like corporate restructuring was what should have immediately happened. He definitely should have been pulled aside. He should have been warned of this stuff. I don't know whether or not Santa is just incompetent and maybe he has been warned of this stuff before and they just got fed up and decided to commit a freaking coup. I don't know. I don't know what the backstory for all of that is. But I feel like there were steps that should have been taken before this, like before just straight up kicking Kris Kringle to the curb.
Corporate takeover. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover. Now we'll say Nick, kick out the door. We don't do free.
Hold on. I didn't see who was in the snow globe. Oh. Okay. Giant CEO with customer complaints feeding it into a paper shredder. That sounds about right.
Now we'll say Nick, kick out the door. We don't do freebies anymore. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover. Yeah. Away with the slave is in every home. We'd be far more efficient with delivery drones. Sending reindeer overhead, streams are overheads. We're selling them to Quella for business loans. We need to monetize, sugar bones, see the jazz, talking to floated and the hills of downside. Success is never gonna just land in your lap. We're in Lapland, baby, what's the price without hikes? If you want cookies and carrots that have been placed out by parents, bid to make it apparent that Santa made it our parents, well then you'll need to reserve it, cause that's our premium service. We thought you loved your kids, perhaps their dreams just aren't worth it.
This sounds like I understand the parallels to this, but you know what this sounds like? Sounds like two specific songs that Stupendium has made previously, and I think there's a reason for that. This reminds me of his Otherworld song. Hold on a second. It reminds me of I was just listening to it today. Stupendium. The Fine Print. It reminds me of The Fine Print. And it reminds me of The Data Stream. Those two songs specifically talk about like how corporations are capable of manipulating consumers in a variety of different ways, whether it be the fact that their information is just readily available on the internet, or that their purchases are tracked, or that they have signed documents that basically sign away their rights to certain things. The way that this particular song has been written and performed sounds like a Christmassy version of either one or both of those songs. And both of those songs do deal with like corporations essentially micromanaging the consumers' lives in one way, shape, or form. So it makes sense. But the parallels are there. Like talking about how you have specific quotas you need to meet, talking about how specific things may not come because of the fact that you don't have the proper like paperwork filled out, trying to figure out whether or not Christmas should be canceled, or how to better modernize the experience using drones instead of reindeer, yada yada yada. Like these things are all things that corporations regularly do on an everyday cycle. Obviously AI is one of the biggest talking points when it comes to that sort of thing. Not gonna get into any of the stuff that's been going on lately. If you know, you know. But AI obviously is a huge talking point when it comes to that kind of stuff. And it's very common to have modernization in that regard, because there are just certain things that just go hand in hand with what corporations are willing to do versus what like the consumer and the employees consider realistic. So all of those things just remind me of those other two songs, because they're all talking about the same stuff, just in a different way, you know?
And with that in mind, it's a reasonable ask that you are subscribed to a seasonal pass and look at reach on a path, completing menial tasks to keep you busy as we reap all the cash. Price fairly and barely what the customer affords. You can start in a pantry and leave up to a lord. Hit 5 gold rings as you level yourself, and then buy more skins for your real on the shelf. Yeah, they can keep his face on the bottles. It's good brand recognition and we kept the rights. Yeah, of course they'll pay for it. Who's gonna want to change all the lights on the trucks? The days are coming.
I wonder how much was paid for Coca-Cola to appear as a source for this here, because like everybody knows, it's a running joke among my friends. Christmas doesn't start until you start seeing the Coca-Cola trucks with Santa or the bears plastered on the side of the trailers. So I wonder how much went into trying to get Coca-Cola as an official. I don't know if they officially sponsored this, but I wonder how much actually went into allowing Stoops to use Coca-Cola's emblem right here.
They'll pay for it. Who's gonna want to change all the lights on the trucks?
Because that's a big thing right there, I think.
The days are coming. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover.
Rismus sledging. Oh. Gen Z is unhinged. Skibbity. No, we're not doing skibbity claws. That's not happening. Joy maxing cheerpilled. The fortnight before Christmas. One horse open sleigh. As in like killing them. No Nog November. I love Stupendium videos. They have so many different things that you can pause and point out in them. I love Nutcrackers.
Tradition didn't click with the kids. Another chimney is giving me the skibbity riz. Now in December, catch influencers going viral, shilling kitty shit at Christmas Eve. No more knick-knack, bric-a-brac. Things that could be whittled from a stick are stuck in a sack. That crap will sell and it's leaving the team stuck. You ever see an elf trying to whittle a V-buck?
Obviously, Fortnite must have gotten in on that too. Because I don't think that they would have just... Well, I mean, maybe. Video games are usually pretty okay with nerdcore music writing songs about them. So maybe Fortnite didn't have anything to do with that. Coke absolutely had to.
Hey team, so you're wondering what I gathered you for? Just to check in with my buddies on the factory floor. You know the lads on the board are glad to have you aboard, but we've all seen pretty damning reports. Whilst toys are such a sweet thing, it's products that you make. And we see you when you're sleeping, and we know when you take breaks. So when we're gonna ship deliverables, we're gonna need a Christmas miracle. We're nearing the year end, that don't have a ship friends. Just make goods for goodness sakes. You know an average 3 else die with manufacturing a PS5. You want a respirator and we'll get some later. Could you not just breathe less, guys?
Again, this feels very reminiscent of stuff that like I either have had to deal with, I've been told, or I've heard or seen other people have to deal with at their jobs. Obviously, we're not necessarily considered slaves. I'm going to end that conversation there. Just because.
That's boss.
We gotta ride the ship and chart a course. I'm pretty sure the guy we kicked was Hunter Port. It's time to realign the vision, pass the torches. Who are we to fight with Christmas market forces? So if you should find your shift, should lag or pause, it's possible the time could stick to pass the orders. We've got every child's wish to grant come morning, well except the kind of kids who can't afford it. Each and every one of these elves is filled to the pointy brim with microplastics, and thanks to their relative size to an elf, they're actually much larger plastics. It's the North Pole Corporate Takeover.
The soulless look. That is what every single retail worker looks like at this time of year. Right there. That is the exact look right there that every single retail worker has this time of year during the Christmas season. It's just that's right there. That's perfect example.
It's the North Pole Corporate Takeover. Well, if you take it to blame us, it's thanks to you, like competing with lasers. It's the North Pole Corporate Takeover. Send whimsy down your chimneys for the last 2,000 years. Now forgive me being grinchy, but we've had it up to here. Took our vision by committee, and you got commercialized.
Again, Coca-Cola had to have sponsored him for this. There's no way that they didn't.
Turn the mystique into mincemeat whilst you fall over the pie.
Well, I say that, but there is, I suppose it's possible that they didn't, but like it's very unlikely to have this much of their branding, their trucks, their actual product, to have their old commercials show on this. There has to be. I feel like that probably had to have some kind of connection.
Turn the mystique into mincemeat whilst you fall over the pie. You pass out things through marketing, come out of the cheer. You'll hardly see a side away, you've got the right idea. But you've done free on RIP, so make it understood. The licensees no fine to eat. Don't bake the fudging pud. All those fantasies your families have told are trash. You want magic? Well, that's tragic, cause we sold our stash. It won't matter that our strategies are full of trash. When we wake up to a great big lump of cold hard cash. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover. It's a North Pole Corporate Takeover. You guys chose to monetize it, so why can those who devised it? It's the North Pole Corporate Takeover.
So where's Santa during all this? Like what's going on with Santa? I need one of those Stupendium dolls. Like, I've got the coin, but I feel like I need a little bit more merch. I feel like my little stuffed animal display there needs a Stupendium doll looking down, maybe sitting next to Mario. I need to get a Luigi for that. But maybe sitting next to Mario and Dalek and Grimlock and Trash Can Ruby and the Panda Red's teddy bear could probably fit a Stupendium, maybe sitting on Grimlock's lap. I don't know how big the doll is compared to Grimlock, but I could work something in there. I could workshop something.
Mr. E-Bunny, Blake Midland here, closing. I was hoping you could hop on a call. Patrick, how's the same business? Hold that thought, I've got one word for you. Merger. Stupid, baby. Let me shoot my shot here. I'm interested in a partnership. Hi, Pancake Day HQ. I've got an offer for you, and you are going to flip.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
The puns.
Credit to our seasonal pass holders over on Patreon, the revenue from which has greatly boosted our fourth quarter content offerings this year. A note to those of you who may have missed the opening, the prologue to this presentation is linked below along with our portfolio of other musical assets. Happy to report that Focus Testing continues to show liking, commenting and subscribing as popular within the cool and trendy demographic, with a real surge in bell ringing this time.
I like how Candy Cane specifically. All these other things are pretty nice. I like all the fact that they've included all of the Patreons here. I specifically like the fact that Candy Cane, that their name out of all of them has a weird and special like highlight on it to make it look like a candy cane. That's clever little touch.
Driving as popular within the cool and trendy demographic, with a real surge in bell ringing this time of year. And I'd like to close out this meeting by remembering what we're really celebrating. That this all started with the birth of Jesus. So it's always been about generating a profit? No, like a religious profit. No, it's a pun. No, nobody? No, fine. You're fine.
The puns. Always the puns. That was good. That was really enjoyable. I feel like it was just maybe a little too close to comfort for me, but I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying that, like, listening to all of this reminds me of how resentful I've gotten over when it comes to the holidays, because of the fact that this kind of thing is what I have to deal with every year. 2 months of this, from the beginning of November all the way until the beginning of January. We're almost there. Soon I can sleep easier. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Arkoff12, and I will see you in the next video.